We are all set to go, and it will be JJ Hanrahan and Munster to get us underway. Their home record this season in the Guinness PRO14 is played 5, won 5. They take on an Edinburgh side whose away record is played 5 and lost 5. It's been a 5-day turnaround for Edinburgh, who are missing 18 players. It is a big test for the team from Scotland. Hanrahan gets us underway, and the ball is back on the Edinburgh side. Big test. Deep into that 22, right in front of the post, picked up, and Scannell makes a good 2 or 3 metres through the tackle. It's quick ball for Murray. The outside channel was momentarily closed off, and Billy Holland towards that try line. Munster on the surge here now. Can they get it down? They're only a couple of feet short of that Edinburgh try line. Inside the opening 5 minutes, this would be the perfect start for the home side. Murray waits. He's got loads of targets, lots of options, and he's got lots of bulk and strength out to that left-hand side. And it looks very much as though Munster are in, and it's confirmed by the referee. Nigel Owens goes across, and it is a try for Chris Farrell on his first start back in Munster colours for the outside.
They certainly have. There's going to be no lack of fight from this Edinburgh side. They'll come out here and they'll give every ounce of themselves.
Oh, that's lovely in midfield. There's a clear run through. Beautiful work and line-out time by Munster. And it's the hat-trick hero for Ireland against the USA last week. And he's hit the ground running here. Brilliant try from Andrew Conway. His 34th in Munster colours. And back up into Edinburgh 22 territory. Farrell, good hands. Numbers wide from Haley. And it's a second in the space of a few minutes. And the wide men are running riot now. Andrew Conway with 2 tries in the space of 3.5 minutes. And the gap gets ever greater at Irish Independent Park. That was beautiful stuff from Munster.
It is. It's sensational stuff. Look here, it's the hard yards. There's both again. Gets to the third tackler. Suddenly the defence gets pulled in a little bit, but there's the ball. It's that ball out the back that frees up the outside, gives the one-man overlap. Conway
back in harness, having played his part last week off the bench. That little cameo in Parma I mentioned against Zebre. Susino, and now it's the turn of the Edinburgh players, and the back three in particular, to hit the line at real pace, and you can't give this man any space. That's a really big handoff, and that's a brilliant try from Duhan van der Merwe, his third of the season in the PRO14, and having been absolutely electric just 2 minutes ago. The crowd falls silent in Cork, and Edinburgh find themselves a foothold in the game just as it looked they were going to be run ragged.
And it's a brilliant bounce back. Susino, lovely stuff there. He manages to get Farrell to turn in, as it is Duhan van der Merwe. 1-on-1, 1-on-2, get off. I am going in under this.
By Holland, and funneled all the way back to Scannell. And now they move it on to some heavy artillery at the base of that maul, and Arno Botha. And it's broken loose on that far side. And it's a bonus point try for Keith Earls. We haven't played half an hour in Cork, and Munster have got their 4th try of the evening. The arch poacher over on that far side.
Not just their 4th try, but two winger tries and a fullback try, and the pack have provided the wonderful platform. I thought that number 5, Hunter Hill himself, went swimming down the left-hand side. I thought that was
gets those feet moving, swivel of the hips, couldn't quite get himself through the gap, and Farrell can get through a couple of gaps, and he's got lots of numbers. Haley back inside, Earls for the line, and it's try number 5, and it's 2 in quick succession for Keith Earls, and the symmetry about this game continues. 2 for Andrew Conway, 2 for Keith Earls, 5 for Munster, and the gap is ever greater.
I was listening to you, Rory, when I was talking about what Edinburgh need to do, but they don't have Chris Farrell on their side, and the advantage he is giving, even off pad ball, he's making those 10-15 metres, he's sucking in Edinburgh defenders, and with players around him of the quality he has. Look how he keeps his feet, but look at the hunger of the players around him. You've got back rows, you've got back 3 players supporting him.
Andrew Conway underneath this one. So composed under the high ball. Oh, that's lovely hands from Conway out of the tackle to Haley. Has a little bit of a look around. There was nobody quite on his shoulder on the right hand side. He did have numbers left, couldn't quite get the pass away, but now it's there with Botha, and they move it on at pace, and it's Earls, and he's going for the hat-trick, and he cruises in, and Keith Earls gets his hat-trick of tries. 3 tries in the space of 8 minutes for the dynamic winger.
Line side move.
Who's it?
Williams waits, and he goes to that blind side, and Blendell will get there. And we've had to wait for 23 minutes of the second half, but we have the first points of the second half, and it goes to the replacement Tyler Blendall. Entry and collapsing is the decision of Nigel Owens. Now, do they have numbers? Again, it's a sloppy pass. It's back up off the deck though, and there's a little bit of a gap there, and that's all that is required from Duhan van der Merwe to get his second try of the evening. He is absolutely lethal, and he had no space whatsoever in which to work, but he managed to dance his long up that sideline on the far side to get his second try.
And it's penalty advantage. Nigel Owens called it very early. Players coming in from the side, and off the back of it, Luke Hamilton just picks up his head, manages to beat one defender, gets out to the third defender, and from there it's Kennedy, Cecino, and then the ball goes to ground from Baggett. But here's van der Merwe past the first tackler. Saw JJ Ham.
No, it's clever and it's direct, and it may bring another try. Farrell's going for a second of the night, and he gets it. Oh, that's really good from Chris Farrell. What a night he's had. On his return to the starting team for the first time in, what is it, 8 months? He's been absolutely exceptional, the big number 13, and he enjoyed that immensely.
Just the power through. Look at that.
You know, Joe Smith, it was like a Barry Manilow concert with people coming up getting selfies all through the game. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here.
You've been to a few of those in your time, I'm sure. Well, that is it. At Irish Independent Park, the shrill blast of the whistle from Nigel Owens. It was emphatic, it was comprehensive. We thought that it might be, given that Edinburgh arrived here bereft of so many of their star players. 2 tries for them for Duhan van der Merwe, as they were much improved in the second half by the damage done in the opening 40. The final score in Cork tonight is Munster 44, Edinburgh 14.